a tale of deception, heroism, and the quest for glory that has captivated humanity for centuries. This is the true story behind the legendary Trojan War. Picture a world steeped in the grandeur of ancient Greece and Troy, a time and place of gods and heroes, where the very fabric of civilization was woven with courage, love, and betrayal. It's a stage set for an epic conflict, a clash of titans that would forever shape the annals of history. This is the backdrop of our tale, the legendary Trojan War, a saga that has echoed through the corridors of time, its reverberations felt even in our modern world. But how much of it is steeped in reality, and how much is the stuff of myth? Let's journey back to the dawn of Western civilization to unravel this enigma. Our story begins in the late 19th century with an adventurer named Heinrich Schliemann, a man consumed by a desire to prove the world that the city of Troy was more than just a legend. His relentless pursuit led him to a site in modern-day Turkey where he believed the ancient city once stood. The discovery was astounding. Layer upon layer of ancient ruins were unearthed, each layer a testament to a different era in the city's history. The deeper Schliemann dug, the further back in time he traveled. His findings suggested that Troy was not a figment of Homer's imagination, but a real city that existed over 3,000 years ago. Now, with the existence of Troy established, the stage was set to delve into the epic conflict that has intrigued historians, scholars, and dreamers alike for centuries. This was a war that transcended the mere mortal realm, a war where the gods themselves played a role. It's a tale of mighty warriors, of Achilles and Hector, of a beautiful woman whose face launched 1,000 ships, and a wooden horse that sealed the fate of a city. The stage is set for a war that would be etched in history. Join us as we journey back to this legendary time, peeling back the layers of myth and history to reveal the true story behind the Trojan War. It all started with a beauty contest among the goddesses. Yes, you heard it right. A beauty contest that spiraled into a full-blown war. The Judgment of Paris, as it's often called, is a tale as old as time. Paris, a Trojan prince, was chosen to decide who among the goddesses Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite was the fairest. Each goddess tempted him with a bribe, yet it was Aphrodite's promise of the most beautiful woman on earth, Helen, that swayed his decision. But Helen was already married to Menelaus, king of Sparta. When Paris absconded with Helen to Troy, it sparked a conflict that would last for 10 long years. The Greeks, led by King Agamemnon and his brother Menelaus, were driven by a thirst for revenge and the restoration of their honor. In the midst of the bloody battles, two figures stood out: the Greek hero Achilles and the Trojan prince Hector. Achilles, a warrior of unmatched skill, was invincible, save for his heel. His wrath knew no bounds when his friend Patroclus was slain by Hector. Achilles challenged Hector to a duel, a confrontation that would echo through the ages. Hector, on the other hand, was the noble defender of Troy. Despite knowing that he was no match for Achilles, he accepted the challenge, showcasing his indomitable spirit and commitment to his people. Their duel was fierce and tragic, ending with Hector's death at the hands of Achilles. Yet, the Greeks' victory seemed hollow. The death of Hector only fueled more hatred and vengeance, setting forth a chain of events that would lead to the fall of the mighty Achilles and eventually Troy itself. This is the essence of the Iliad, an epic poem by Homer that recounts the critical events of the Trojan War. It's a tale of love, honor, pride, and the devastating consequences of war. A story that has been told and retold, studied and analyzed, inspiring countless works of art and literature over the millennia. But the real game changer was yet to come. A horse, a gift, a trap. The ingenious strategy that turned the tides of war. The Trojan horse, a legendary symbol of deceit and cunning, is perhaps the most fascinating element of the Trojan War saga. This massive wooden structure, seemingly a token of surrender from the Greeks, was in fact a deadly ruse that brought about the downfall of the mighty city of Troy. The story goes that after a decade of fruitless siege, the Greek forces, led by the cunning Odysseus, hatched an audacious plan. They built a massive wooden horse, hollowed it out, and hid their best warriors inside. Then they pretended to sail away, leaving the horse as a supposed offering to the goddess Athena. The Trojans, believing the Greeks had abandoned their siege, pulled the horse into their city as a trophy of their victory. Little did they know that hidden within this gift was their doom. That night, as the city of Troy slept, the Greek warriors crept out of the horse, opened the city gates for their comrades, and launched a devastating attack. The Trojan horse is a perfect representation of the blend of strategy and deceit that often characterizes warfare. Yet, it's worth noting that this story is not confirmed by historical evidence. It comes to us from the epic poems of Homer and other ancient writers, and its veracity is heavily debated among scholars. Some historians argue that the Trojan horse could be a metaphor for an earthquake that destroyed Troy, as Poseidon, the god of horses, was also the god of earthquakes. Others suggest it could represent a battering ram or siege engine used by the Greeks to breach the city walls. Regardless of the truth behind it, the story of the Trojan horse has endured for millennia, captivating imaginations with its tale of cunning and betrayal. It serves as a timeless reminder of the lengths to which people will go in their quest for victory, and the devastating consequences that can result from misplaced trust. The downfall of Troy was sealed. The city that had stood strong for 10 years fell in one night, marking the end of the Trojan War and the beginning of a legend that continues to inspire and caution us to this day. The echoes of the Trojan War resound throughout history. The aftermath of the war did not merely conclude with the fall of Troy, but its influence spread far and wide, permeating various aspects of culture, literature, and art. The Trojan War, a tale of love, betrayal, and heroic feats, became a rich source of inspiration for countless works throughout the centuries. From the ancient to the contemporary, its legacy is profoundly evident in the world of literature. The Greeks themselves continued to reminisce about the war through epic poetry. Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, two of the most celebrated works in the literary world, revolve around the Trojan War and its heroes. The stories of Achilles' wrath, Odysseus' journey, and the tragic fate of Hector, among others, have been told and retold, captivating audiences for generations. The impact of the Trojan War didn't stop at the borders of Greece. The Romans too were fascinated by the tale, tying their own origins to the aftermath of the war. Virgil's Aeneid, a cornerstone of Roman literature, tells of the Trojan hero Aeneas, who escaped the burning city of Troy to eventually found Rome. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and we find the Trojan War woven into the fabric of medieval romances. Chaucer's Troilus and Cressida and Shakespeare's Troilus and Cressida are notable examples. The war even found its way to the New World, with references in the works of American literary giants like Herman Melville and James Joyce. The Trojan War also left its mark on the realm of visual arts. Greek pottery, Roman mosaics, and Renaissance paintings have depicted scenes from the war, immortalizing the legends in vivid colors and intricate details. The influence of the Trojan War transcends time, bridging the gap between ancient and modern. It echoes in our movies, our music, our literature, and even our everyday language. Phrases like Trojan horse and Achilles' heel have become part of our common vernacular, reminding us of the timeless relevance of these ancient tales. Even today, the Trojan War continues to inspire. Its legacy is not confined to the past, but lives on, shaping our understanding of heroism, love, and the human condition. Let's delve into some fascinating facts about the Trojan War and its heroes. First, did you know that the war supposedly lasted for an epic 10 years? That's a decade of fierce battles and strategic maneuvers. Now consider the legendary Achilles. He's renowned for his invulnerability, yet his infamous heel was his undoing. Quite ironic, don't you think? Moving on, the iconic Trojan horse wasn't mentioned in Homer's Iliad. Instead, its first literary appearance was in the Odyssey, another epic attributed to Homer. Talk about a late debut. And here's a real head-scratcher. Despite being a key player, Paris, Prince of Troy, is often portrayed as weak and unheroic, a stark contrast to the mighty Achilles or the noble Hector. Finally, the ancient city of Troy wasn't just a legend. Excavations in the 19th century revealed an archaeological site in modern-day Turkey that is believed to be the historical Troy. Amazing, isn't it? The Trojan War still holds many secrets. What does the Trojan War teach us about human nature, conflict, and redemption? The Trojan War, a tale steeped in mythology and history, is a mirror reflecting our own world. We see heroes and villains, love and betrayal, hubris and humility. It speaks to the best and worst of us, reminding us that even in the throes of war, there is room for courage, honor, and sacrifice. As we gaze upon the ancient ruins of what was once mighty Troy, bathed in the soft glow of a setting sun, we're reminded of the fleeting nature of glory. Yet, the story of the Trojan War endures, passed down through the ages. It's a testament to the power of narrative, the allure of myth, and our shared human experience. Dive deeper into the legends that have shaped our world. Subscribe for more epic tales from history. Thank you for watching.